I know it already.
Ready to work.
I saw it live, but sometimes by watching the replay you will see nuances and details that you cannot observe when you're watching a live stream in those major events.
Ready to work.
So here we have Eco Isles, which is a good human map.
Ready to work.
Especially this early game,
Ready to
it's
work.
worth it to watch.
Job's done.
Very
Ready to
slow
work. Job's done. Job's done.
after the hero is out, of course, because I feel like it's when I saw the live casting, I thought it was like a master class, human master class on how to creep the expansion. Okay, this is the human master class on how you want to creep an expansion and how you want to stay alive against Happy and then possibly get an economic advantage on this map. So this is not so far nothing to say, just normal. You pull 5 militia. So you can see 2 foodies are moving towards the DK, keeping him busy, while DIM is just minding his own business. Why the mouse behaves like that on NetEase? Really, this platform is so weird. Like on PaddleNet is a lot smoother.
Job's done.
2 foodies always on the DK.
Ready for action.
AM chasing the Acolyte. He's fully committing to get this Acolyte, but I'm not sure he's gonna get it. It doesn't. And now Happy can just kill this Water Elemental, but Th000 is denying it. Trying to deny it. Alright, and he successfully does that. So Happy's buying himself a lot of time here.
Job's done.
Ready for
But he
action.
didn't achieve anything except buying time so far. See?
Our forces are under
In the
attack.
meanwhile, TH pulls off 6 militia, actually 5. Happy's on purpose pulling the creeps to create damage, to create confusion, because the last thing you want as human is this kind of confusion, okay? As human you want to have a clear ground, so you can focus on your militia, on your foodies, and you can creep and you can repel the Death Knight. So the undead is creating confusion on purpose by pulling the creeps, just create this chaotic environment and force a mistake. But TH is not having it. Militia on the trappers, and this is very interesting. I'm gonna put it on slow speed. Happy took a lot of damage already. AM doesn't even have the gloves. He got the ring of protection. Happy fucks up the coil. TH is level 2. Constant foodie pressure on the DK. The DK cannot move too close. But still TH is not applying the final damage to get the Ogre. He kills the Acolyte. Militia is out of time. Still Happy is trying to go for this, but the damage of the coil is not enough to kill the Magi yet, so he throws the coil and decides to settle for the troll. At this point, Th000 knows that the coil is on cooldown, and he can finally apply the damage and get the Ogre Magi, which is massive. And if he had the gloves, this would be a dead DK, by the way, probably. But he didn't, so Death Knight stays alive. But this was a almost perfect early game for TH. And he was extremely patient. Okay, it's just easy to lose patience when you are creeping, especially if your opponent pulls the creep, and try to go for the Ogre Magi very fast, because you don't want to stay like 5 minutes fighting for a camp, right? TH was patient,
Ready to work.
he baited the coil, he was like, okay, you can have this troll, I'm gonna get the Magi, and he got it. So now he's almost level 3, but not quite there yet. Happy can't do anything, he got some experience though, but he didn't get the level 2. Which you want to have on your DK, because without an Holy Aura, the power of the undead is not even near
Job's done.
to his fullest, like. As I wrote in my stream's title a few days ago, like, what makes Undead so strong is the Unholy Aura, as we saw, and we will see it in the next games. We will see in detail, and you will understand once and for all why the Unholy Aura wins the game for you. If you have the micro, if you have the micro, if you have the micro, because I believe that Undead is possibly... All the races are hard to play at a high level, okay? But maybe if you're a beginner, Human is easier than Undead. If you're a beginner, Human is a little bit easier than Undead. I don't think that Undead is a beginner-friendly race at all. To experience and take advantage from, full advantage from the strength of the Unholy Aura, you need to have good micro. And also, if you play Undead, you need to learn like 1 million strategies to counter all the possible strategies that your opponents will throw at you. So I don't think Undead is easy at all. But if you play like a lot of games with Undead and you learn it, you're basically unstoppable. Th is doing very well here. It looks... He gets 2 freaking ghouls. But Happy is killing a lot. He wiped out like 4 or 5 peasants. The Arcane Tower is doing damage here. But Th is not having it. It's full non-stop aggression. Gets 2 acolytes at least. So he killed 2 ghouls, 2 acolytes. Again, the lack of the claws. If he had the claws, like he had in the... Okay, let's talk a little bit about the game against 120. Why did Th000 win 2-0 against 120 and then he lost 3-1 versus Th? First, because Happy just played better than 1-0 first. But also because Th000 decided to go for the expansion on Northern Isles, which I believe is the right strategy, and he also got perfect items. He got double claws. And that item changed the entire early game, okay? In this game, which is already still looking good for Th, it doesn't have the claws. So you can see, without the claws, he's missing on a lot of kills that he would have got if he had the claws, for sure. But he's still doing well. At this point, he has to retreat though, and the problem is, he doesn't have a shop to heal, because Happy is occupying the position of the shop. At this point, when I was watching the live stream, I was like, I'm not sure that Th wins this anymore. I was like, yes, he did a lot of damage, but Happy is occupying this position. I was like, where is Th000 going to heal? And I saw that he was building this Arcane Vault. Because at this point you just panic, you're like, oh, let me build, let me fast build. And this is where I was like impressed. Because Th actually holds with freaking footmen. I know that footmen are strong with defend, but he has only 5 of them. And this is a DK with a Lich, level 2 Lich with a statue. At this point you shouldn't kill anything. I mean, when the Undead has 4 Fiends, Lich and DK, you just basically you can't trade anymore. You lose everything, you don't kill shit, you lose all of your foodies usually. But the fact is that Happy is without mana because of the Arcane Tower, maybe because he used it already. So it doesn't have mana for a Nova. And the fact that at this point Happy is out of mana is what keeps Th000 back into this game. Because at this point, if he loses all of his footmen, it's over. Okay? But somehow he's not losing all of his footmen. And he has more. Look at the number of foodies. And with great foodie micro, he's not... I believe he lost only 1. Or maybe 0, I'm not sure. He's buying time. His economy is wrecked, but he did damage to Happy as well.
Ready to work.
And he's just buying time. Now, because when I saw the live stream, the focus was on this side of the map, okay? So I already saw this. I want to see exactly how the economy looks for happy. Why? Oh, it doesn't let me see the population and the current resource. That's bad. Probably because it's not an Eddie's Leather game, it comes from the tournament, so it doesn't let me see the resources, so I have no idea. Epi's at 39, by the way, supply stock, because he doesn't have the ziggurat, so he can't make more units, that's a fact. The shop is still down. I don't think he has destroyers upgrade yet, so the destroyers are delayed. And now, as I said before, the human will not kill a single unit here, just not gonna happen. And the AM could die, but the damage was not enough. And he's tier 2. So the good thing that is going on for TH is that he was tier 2 pretty fast, so he has access to the potion, and because of the potion the AM survives. And he has boots of speed, of course. He's starting to lose foodies, but he's holding on. And this leech is still without mana. And the DK has only one coil. So TH making the best out of his foodies, staying back with his Archmage, and now the MK should be in production, right? And once the MK is out, you have oh, and the MK is already here. See? So now you are in control of the mid game. You can finally take some control on the map. You even get one Fiend. It's a perfect trade here for TH. Expo is up. Oh, even so was saving this foodie here. He got the town portal, he got the Fiend kill, and now he gets to creep the Goblin Merchant. But Happy is not wasting any time, instantly going for the Ogre Magi, and this camp is even more important than the Merchant because it gives you a better item. So TH gets the Wand of Illusion for some more scouting. At this point the human should win, okay?
Research complete.
At this point the human should just win easily.
Our forces are under attack.
On a normal game, but as we will see right now, it's not gonna be that easy at all for TH000. I actually didn't know who was gonna win this game until like the very end, and normally I'm the type of guy that I always predict who wins, like in the
Forces are under attack.
early mid game. It depends on the game, of course. Some if the game is close, I cannot predict who wins, but in most cases, in 80% of my games, of the games that I cast, I always predict who's gonna win pretty fast, because this game is very obvious. Like in Warcraft 3, if the game takes a direction, it's extremely unlikely that it will the result would be too different from the direction that the game has taken, right? So if you start to own your opponent from the early game, it's extremely unlikely that your opponent will come back. So it's not hard to, I feel like it's not hard to make predictions at all in this game. I always don't know why sometimes the casters feel like maybe they do it to not make the casting flat, because if you already expect someone to win, the casting might be a little bit too flat. But it looks like sometimes the caster really, maybe they don't get what is going on, and they might still think that the opponent has chances when in reality the opponent doesn't have any chance anymore. So, but this game is really close. Happy doesn't have an expansion, but it's 3-3. TH is 3-2. Nice walling off here of the base. And the thing is, until you have a level 3 MK and a level 3 Paladin, you can never be sure of the victory with human. But that was a nice cancel by TH. I remember this move when I saw it live. This was massive. But at the same time, look at the damage, the amount of damage that Happy is doing here. It's wrecking peasant after peasant. I believe he got at least 3, maybe 4. And the Dark Ranger with the skeleton is increasing the damage, but TH has a lot of peasants.
Research complete.
And he's switching to rifles. Now he's got the Paladin too.
Yes, sir.
He's at 45, Happy's at 49. And he's gonna just try to re-expand, but because of this Water Elemental still camping there, Happy can do that. Now this is a key moment, okay? The first Water Elemental harass, and the fact that the Water Elemental was camping here has already gained like a solid 1 minute for TH. An extra 1 minute of time that is gaining from this harass only, delaying the undead expansion. First Abomination for Happy. Now you want to get level... you can't get level 3 here with the MK because you're using the Paladin, and you also want to have the level 2 on the Paladin because you need the Divine Shield, so I believe it's a good choice by TH. And now this is extremely ballsy. Level 3 solo Archmage harass. This hero, guys, is 525 HP. It will just explode, purely explode to the Coil Nova. Double level 3 for the undead, so this is extremely risky, okay? He wants to get this cancel again, but he has to fight against the entire undead army, and if he gets it, it's massive, but this time he's not gonna get it, okay? There's enough damage to easily take down the Water Elemental, so this was a bad move by T. Oh no, he got it! What? He got it just with the right clicks, with the claws, okay. I didn't notice it's a plus 13 Archmage, so he actually got it. So that's at least 2 minutes of extra expo delay. But I feel like he also fed a lot of experience to the undead with the double Water Elemental kill. There's nowhere to deny it, but that's more experience. I mean, this DK got level 4 by killing the Water Elemental. The AM again aggressive, trying to go for the extra cancel. But if I remember correctly, this is where he got too greedy and he didn't get the cancel. So scary hero levels for Happy. But TH got the level 3 and the Paladin is level 2 thanks to the mercenary camp. So almost perfect play by Th000 here. And at this point I don't think it even matters if you get this cancel. You have bought yourself enough time. You got your first tank.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, now he's... Alright, I don't know why he's creeping with the MK here, okay? At this point, you have level 3. The only thing you need is level 3 Paladin, so I'm not sure why he's creeping with the MK. I believe it's a mistake. Perhaps the only mistake that Th000 did in this almost perfect game so far. Because I don't see why you want to split the experience. This camp gives a lot of experience. I'm sure that if you just moved away the MK, would be level 3 with the Paladin. So perhaps this was the only mistake by TH so far, because having that level 2 Holy Light makes all the difference in this world. So, and he doesn't have it right now. And especially against Happy, that is massive hero nuker, you want to have that. You want to have it against any undead, really, okay? Not just against Happy. But especially against Happy, since he's so good at nuking fast. And TH is also has some amazing micro. If you have the tool of the Holy Light level 2, you can win the game with that just by saving the Archmage, which would die otherwise. So it's gonna take a while for this Paladin to get level 2, I think, because it's not easy to kill undead units without tier 3. He has only one knight. Yes, he's got Sundering Blade, but it's only one knight, few breakers. Oh, he gets one fiend immediately. But you can see, because he's sharing the experience, this paladin is stuck at level 2. Yeah, and this is why it's good to watch the replays, you know. Because when I was watching the live casting, I didn't pay too much attention to this. Not having the level 3 paladin is really hurting him here. But with another kill he's gonna have it, and that's a level 3 pala. Massive upgrade. I feel like now it's time to get out. And TH keeps trading, but he has nothing against destroyers at this point. He lost all of his rifles. Good job by Happy focusing them one by one. And TH has to retreat. Oh, he didn't have a town portal. What? He didn't have a town portal at all. So now he's gonna have to lose one additional unit on the retreat, because you see the value of Unholy Aura. Here's the thing, and this will become even more evident in the games I'm gonna cast later, in the one-base games. If you think, as human, you can engage with the undead and then just run away, forget about it, okay? It's not gonna happen. Even if you get the endurance item, even if you get the... what's the name? The... now worse on battlegrounds. What? Okay, I forgot the name. I mean, I didn't forget it, but it just doesn't come into my mind right now. Even if you get the item that basically is the TC level 1 aura, okay? Because all the auras that you get are level 1. Perhaps only the Devotion Aura, I think the item has been buffed, if I remember correctly. So now the Devotion Aura will get you +2 or +1.5, I'm not sure. Anyways, if you get the Endurance Aura with Human, you're always very happy, but still is not as good as the level 2 Unholy Aura, okay? So you cannot outrun or escape from the undeads. If you want to get out from a situation with undead, your only solution is TP out. If you don't have a TP, you're fucked, okay? I've lost games just because of that, forgetting that, thinking I had TP, but I didn't have a TP, so I trade well. I'm like, okay, I traded well, now let's get the fuck out of here. And then I realize I don't have a TP, and then I have to run. The problem is you cannot fucking run against undead, okay? Because you just don't have the movement speed. And then you lose the game straight up there, because the undead kills like 3-4 units while you're trying to escape, to run away. And even if he kills just 2 or 3, it's enough to give them the lead. And then you're in a very bad trading situation, which might might cost you the game. So 70 for Happy, 67 for TH, you see? Happy still has the supply lead, so at this point he should be Happy's game. He has the supply lead, he has the expansion, he is almost level 5 on the Death Knight. Lich is plus 20 damage, Dark Ranger is almost level 3. Okay, you shouldn't be losing this game if you're Happy. But Human Triple Hero at level 433 is extremely strong. The nuke is strong, is not to be underestimated, and Inner Fire is such a massive game changer. So TH at this point, it needs Inner Fire, it needs more units. These knights are 1-1. Ideally you want to be 2-2. But he has to invest in flying machines as well. Of course, he's researching the armor upgrades, because you want it for the knights and it will be shared with the flying machines. Keep in mind, if you want to kill 2 destroyers, you need something like 12-14 flying machines. If you want to be sure, okay? On paper you just need like 8. But because the undead can coil them, because the undead can micron them back, if you want to be sure to wreck like 2 destroyers, just build like 15 flying machines and you're fine, okay? The rule is, the more you have, the better it is. They are never enough because of this. Kiting, web. See, there's a coil, and Happy so far hasn't lost a single destroyer. But the knights are just wrecking the ground. TH on the... is losing all of his flying machines. Now Happy has 3 destroyers, which is even harder to kill. Losing all of his flying machines once again. Not a single destroyer is fallen. Th000 desperately needs the inner fire here. Because even if you can dispel it with the destroyers, in the reality it's too much to micro. You have to micro them back or they die to the flying machines. You have to micro the fiends, you have to micro your heroes. You don't have the time to also cast devour all the magic that the inner fire will provide. Okay, so on paper the destroyers will counter the inner fire, but in the reality of the fight you already have so much to micro as the undead that it's impossible you can do everything. So usually if you have inner fire it will stay, and that's what makes the spell extremely strong. But I think Th000 for some reasons it's not using it yet. Probably because of he wants to heal up. Maybe he was overwhelmed, it might just be a mistake. But now you will see how the fight switches when TH activates the inner fire. That's very interesting. I saw it in the live game, it was so obvious to me. So far he's losing the trades, okay? He's just losing the trades. Happy is at 79. At this point I thought Happy would win. It didn't look too good for TH at this point. This Cloud is doing so well. Flying machines are losing the hair battle. It's gonna get one A-bomb, not even. And he's gonna lose Knight, so... Okay, Holy Light saves the Knight. I believe he still didn't kill a single destroyer, maybe one, okay. Finally killed one destroyer. After 5 minutes of fighting. Manages to kill one destroyer with, I don't know, he had like, I believe he built more than 20 flying machines so far. The problem is the flying machines keep dying, the destroyers take ages to kill, but now he gets 2, and this is where it starts to look good. Because TH finally got rid of all the Destros, now he gets the statue almost. He's gonna lose one Knight here, but now we have inner fire, so basically, now that I see the replay, I think that TH was waiting on purpose to activate the inner fire. He didn't want to feed the destroyers. So he was like respecting Happy's micro. He thought that Happy would have been able to use the destroyer successfully and soak up all the mana with the devour. And so he waited on purpose to kill all of the destroyers, and he activated the inner fire only after that. So now he has no destroyers, Happy doesn't. No destroyers in the air. Now it's the time to activate the inner fire. And now is the time to win the fight. Because the undead doesn't have anything anymore. The statue still gets microed back somehow. Just keep in mind, this is hard to micro for the undead, but it's also hard to micro for the human, okay? Because you need to use a lot of groups to use the flying machines, and you have to micro your heroes, you have to switch targets, and because your visual is also covered by all of those freaking copters, you legit don't see what's on your screen. Sometimes you just legit don't see what's on your screen, so it's not easy. Obviously, if you don't see, you can't micro well. But the DK is dead, and now the Lich must die as well, and that's a GG. So this game was decided by first of all the good early game by TH, perfect early game, perfect timings. He risked to lose the game where he decided to go for the base trade, go for the Acolytes and the Ghouls, almost losing his expansion, but he didn't. Then the second key moment was where he saved the Archmage with like 10-15 HP and he got the potion at the last second. Then he cancelled Epi expansion twice. That was another key moment. And the biggest mistake TH did was not creeping his Paladin to level 3, which delayed him a little bit in the first big fight at Epi's Expo. But after that, it was just a standard fight, flying machines versus destroyers. You struggle a lot, you don't kill anything in the beginning, but if you persist, If you keep massing flying machines, at some point you should get rid of those destroyers because the undead runs out of mana, so you can't coil them anymore. And once you get rid of the destroyers, you've done your job. Now you can activate your inner fire. And that's what won TH the game. Of course, on leather, the average undead can't micro perfectly all of that stuff, so I believe you can even activate the inner fire when there are still destroyers. Because the undead will be clicking devour, and while he's clicking devour, he will not move the destroyers, and the destroyers will die to your flying machine. So I feel like at this level, this was the best play by TH. With a leather level, I feel like as soon as you have your inner fire ready, you just want to use it. There's no point holding on to that. Because the level of play on leather obviously is not that high. So what was map number 2?